He's got his emperor voice going.
God. All right. Anyway.
BJ from Game Gumbo. Got my guest here, Jeremy Howard, in with Verla and Steve. We've been talking spicy hot games, and here's one from a company that I don't own a lot of these games. Not these. This is not exactly my forte. So I want you to sell it on me. Isofarian Guard, or the Isofarian Guard. Tell me about that one.
Isofarian Guard. This game.
He's got his emperor voice going.
God. All right. Anyway, you got to have this guy. You got to have this guy on, Eric Bittermann, because he is a true indie guy, right? He's a true indie guy. He went all in. 3 years of blood, sweat, and tears. Delivered extra late. Needed help with shipping, and now he delivers a 37-pound box of adventure.
Wow.
Okay,
37 pounds
with 5 full act chapters. 10 characters spanning over multiple campaigns leading up to a climax. I am in the middle of, the boards alone are just gigantic. Oh, geez. Are gigantic. I mean, that's just the player board. Believe me, there's an attack board. There's another board. But let me tell you, this is a very interesting adventure game with foreteller. If you know foreteller, they do like these epic actors, voice actors, and music. This guy's got an orchestra. He actually ordered orchestra music. He has 4.5 hours of orchestra music, 10 hours of orchestra music.
For a board game?
With voice actors and everything. They read everything for you. It's awesome.
That's amazing.
It's got like Game of Thrones type stuff going on, right? So what you're doing is you're traveling across this board. You're moving from point to point, sort of like, let's say, Super Mario World. Depends on how old you guys are. But you're moving from point to point, right? And you're going into this bag. It's a bag building game, okay? So when you're moving around, you go into this bag here, you pull out a chip, you can go on an adventure and go through a deck of cards where there's adventures like so, which have multiple things. Then you go into battle. And when you go into battle, you pull chips from your bag and you activate them based on these things. So what'll happen is, this is a really cool idea. So when you have this card, you put the chips that match on here and you spend the action points. But dig this, when you activate it, when you activate this card, because you activate it, it flips over into another move because you've activated that move. Then on top of that, if you activate this one for this character, it gives you an ability to chain this together with this one. And then they flip over. And that's, it's like an actual strategic game based off bag building. There's also, you had me at Super Mario World. Super Mario World, but the heads get cut off.
Yeah.
Are you still with me, Maggie?
The chain chompers really take your head right off.
They even have this. They even have like a town that you rebuild and stuff like that. They even have like
Smurfs meets Game of Thrones.
They have
two totally incongruous.
They have these mini maps that you go on. So like when you go into town, you like teleport into town, and then you have the thing here as well. It's very the best part about this game.
That's a good one, Jay.
The best part about this game is it's a big box game. I mean, there's no hiding it. It's 37 pounds. It's going to require a team lift. It should have a team lift sticker on the side of it.
Look at the size of this thing, Jay. Look at this, man.
That is so smurfing big.
Yeah, it's smurfing. It is Smurf, yeah. Smurf, yeah. So Smurf, yeah. I totally agree. Are we going to Smurf the rest of this time?
Yeah, anyway, the rest of the episode.
But the thing is that this game is big. It's going big. It's, like I said, it is a sign of a lot of hard work. This is one of those games where you can feel the blood, sweat, and tears in the work. I mean, in the investment in making a vision happen.
Adam the Austin says it's 1 to 2 players. Is that right?
Yes, it is. It's 1 to 2 players. So you start out as one player by yourself. You come into town, and then you meet your general buddy, and now you both are together. And the campaign is only played with 2 characters. When you finish that campaign, you go on to another 2 characters from the guard. Now, here's the deal. You basically have lived out their part. And the impact on their world affects the other people that were on the guard. Maybe they were at another part. Maybe they were stuck in a cave together. And then what happens is, well, I won't spoil that, but ultimately there's like a climax with all of them involved. So very, very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. So there's quite a bit of content in there. But what I do like is this game is very easy to set up and get going. They even have a nice little save system like this right here that you see. You literally just put the boards in there, all the items, you stick them under there, done. That's it. Plop them right back out, put them on there, flip the board out. I was on thing 91 right here. Done. Let's go.
That's really interesting that what you think about games like this when you're playing a character and you get so invested in your character running through the entire game. But it sounds like you're saying you finish an episode and now you're somebody else. You're in a new chapter of the book and you're a new person unfolding the story.
Now, maybe I said this wrong. So you have like a full-on campaign as these two people. You develop them. You learn more about them and their backstory. Okay. Grigory, this guy right here, is kind of like the main character. He's like the general, and he kind of gets exiled. So now he's off on his own, and that's where we're going with that. Mm-hmm. And you have his buddy, who was like his lieutenant buddy, Alex, who comes along with him on this journey. Gotcha. Now, Grigory's like the axe battler dude, but Alec is like this potion maker guy. So he has different potions that he mixes together. He mixes together for you, and he puts chips in your bag, and then he also makes it so you can take more actions and stuff like that. So he buffs you up. So instead of having like this magic user that shoots fire, he's just like, here, drink this bottle of shield dag, and you'll have a good time. Take some extra AP. Take some shield dag.
Does that actually come with the game, that bottle?
There's room in it.
Yes, it did. There's room. There's room in here.
You're actually selling me on this thing.
Man,
Isofarian Guard. Huge. I like the fact that it's 1 and 2. I did Sleeping Gods with just 2 people, me and my nephew, and I also did it solo. But so this sounds like that kind of game where you're going to get a big thematic, not just like a linear experience. This is going to be a big thematic experience.
Now, major downside for this game is it's got a big table presence. Like the boards are big. So it's going to take up some space on your table. That's literally the only thing wrong with it. I mean, we're talking like chip theory level quality chips.
Okay.
Not the normal ones, the premium ones. So like these are just as premium as those.
And this is on Kickstarter right now?
No, this is not on Kickstarter right now. It's delivering to backers right now. Okay. I think you can buy it on his website right now.
Steve, I want to tell you, Toby's going to have to sleep outside because you will not have room for Toby when you set this game up.
He'll set the game up. He'll sleep in the box.
There you go.
I'm going to be doing some content for it. We more than likely will be doing a how to play for this game. So once again, take me with a grain of salt. But like, I'm excited about how much content is in here. And so far, I'm a good 10 hours in. I'm not bored with what I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
So that's important because sometimes it can get monotonous when somebody says 100 hours of, whatever. Each campaign is like 15 to 20 hours or something like that. If it's moving at this pace, I'm good because the voice acting is good. The voice acting is very good. And it just works. Like everything is just on point, which is good. It could have been bumpy and it could have been a great sign of an indie publisher, but this one is going very well so far. So yeah,
I am impressed. That is the Isofarian Guard. And